Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills. This is Brock Shimano. Today is Thursday the 6th, which means export sales came out today. We had soybeans trading up 9.5 cents. That was the only one moving higher here. Corn trading down a quarter penny. Wheat in Chicago down 6 3/4. In Kansas City, wheat trading off 2.5. Now soybeans being up 9 cents. It was up as high as $13.35 by the middle of the day. We ended up shedding about 10 cents off that to close off the day. But export sales came out this morning. Was that why we traded higher?
You know, I think it was supportive for all three commodities, corn, soybeans, and wheat. Take a look at this slide we have here. You can see that corn was really the highlight in the export sales report here this morning. 1.7 million metric tons were sold during the course of last week. That was way above what analysts were expecting. The high end of expectations was 1.2 million metric tons, so very supportive for corn. And I think we saw that flow over into soybeans and into wheat as well. Soybeans held their own. They came in at about a combined total of 796,000 metric tons. That was at the high end of analyst expectations. And wheat came in at 733,000 metric tons, which was also at the high end of expectations. So very supportive across all three commodities, corn, soybeans, and wheat on the export sales here today. But corn was really the highlight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also had actually a cancellation of about 200,000 metric tons from China. But this isn't really the first time that they've canceled grains, considering the fact that they have they've denied entrance into the country of a number of shipments of GMO strains that they have not yet approved. So these cancellations, I don't think had as huge of an effect on corn, though I do think it pressured it down a little bit in the middle part of the day. One thing to keep in mind when you're looking at China's imports is that the U.S. has already exported 3 million metric tons to China. That's twice the amount that we exported all of last marketing year, and this is only the amount that we've exported year to date. Of course, we also have 4.8 million metric tons of commitments. So this 200,000 metric ton commitment, I don't think is too big of a deal, especially when you weigh it against the story of the EU potentially importing more U.S. corn than we originally forecast. I think, you know, when you have those two stories together, I don't think these cancellations is any kind of a game changer. I think right now it's kind of a wash here. But the story of the EU potentially importing more due to the competitive global prices of U.S. corn, I think that is a story that may have a little bit of sticking power and provide some ammunition for the bulls.
You know, on Monday we do get the USDA WASDE reports, and this is going to be an area we're going to have to focus on is the export sales, especially in that corn anticipated export sales by the USDA. You know, currently for this marketing year, corn's running about 271 million bushels ahead of pace to meet the current projections by the USDA. Soybeans is running about 281 million bushels ahead of pace, so we're well ahead of pace on both corn and soybeans. Soybeans, it's typical that we see it mostly weighted towards the front part of our marketing year, and then as soon as soybeans coming out of South America start hitting the global market, we start to see our sales really taper off. So we're kind of in that area right now where we should start to see our sales of soybeans really start to become quite minimal at this point. And we didn't see that this week, and I think that was part of the reason why we saw another rally in soybeans up to those highs around 13.35 or so.
Yeah, this rally has definitely gone on longer than I anticipated, and it is kind of interesting. We do continue to see heat in South America, in Argentina and the southern part of Brazil. That's another contributing factor to soybeans continuing to rally. Obviously, export sales coming out on the high side of analyst expectations, while people are really looking for signs that this demand is switching to South America. Of course, this week's export sales did not quite show that, giving soybeans some legs here. I do think, though, you know, we continue to move higher, and I've been talking about this for really the last 4 days. But I do think that we should be taking advantage of this rally because very soon the forecast in South America will turn into a little bit wetter and a little bit cooler. That could have a chilling effect on prices for soybeans. And not only that, but we're also going to see a lot more exports start switching over to South America relatively soon. Now, we haven't seen that in this week's export sales report. Other than that, we also have a WASDE report coming out on Monday, Brock. What are your expectations for that?
You know, I do anticipate export sales being changed a little bit, especially in the corn. Anticipated export sales, probably 25 to 50 million bushels wouldn't be out of the question there, revision higher. Soybeans, I would anticipate them, possibly a revision higher by about 15 million bushels or so, but I wouldn't anticipate a large revision to the export sales for soybeans.
Well, that sounds fair enough. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in, and if you're interested in using a mobile device and taking a demo of the trading platform, you can do so at grainhedge.com. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call at 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you Friday for the weekly wrap-up.